The Maryland Republican Party is calling on Democratic leaders to oust an indicted Baltimore City senator from office, and launching a petition to force his removal as lawmakers prepare to return to Annapolis for the annual 90-day legislative session. Sen. Nathaniel T. Oakes, a Democrat, was indicted on fraud charges near the end of last year's session, accused of using his official position to help a phony real estate development in exchange for thousands of dollars in bribes. "This situation is an embarrassment to our state," Dirk Hare, chairman of the state GOP, said in a statement Tuesday morning. "I call on Senate President Thomas V. Mike Miller and Chairwoman Kathleen Matthews to immediately take action to oust Senator Oakes, or explain why they think it is okay to protect public corruption by Democrats in the General Assembly." Hare issued his statement almost exactly a year after Del. Michael Vaughn, D. Prince George's, resigned his seat in the House of Delegates while he was being investigated in a different bribery scheme. Vaughn resigned on the first day of the 2017 legislative session. The 2018 session begins Wednesday. The state Democratic Party is scheduled to hold its annual pre-session luncheon on Tuesday afternoon. Oakes was charged in federal court on April 7, a Friday. He shocked his colleagues the following Monday, April 10, the final day of the session, when he walked into the Senate chamber and took his seat. In November, Oakes was indicted on an additional count of obstruction of justice after being accused of trying to tip off someone under federal investigation while cooperating with the FBI. Oakes has served in the General Assembly for a total of 30 years. He lost his seat in the House of Delegates in the late 1980s after being convicted of stealing thousands of dollars from his campaign account. He regained his seat in 1994 and was appointed to the state Senate during last year's legislative session to replace a legislator who stepped down because of ill health. He has shown no sign that he would consider resigning, despite the charges and a recent report in the Baltimore Sun that said Oakes had confessed to taking bribes and interfering with a federal investigation. Miller said last year that he was very disappointed and shocked to hear that Oakes had been indicted. He said he had urged Oakes to turn himself in. Last week, the Senate president told The Sun that it would be unfair for the legislature to vote to remove Oakes before his trial. Asked about Oakes on Monday, Miller's office had no further comment. Federal investigators say Oakes misused his state house letterhead and introduced legislation to benefit the fake real estate project of a businessman who gave the lawmaker more than $15,000 in cash in 2016. The businessman was actually working for the FBI. Oakes faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison, according to the Office of the Maryland U.S. Attorney. Gov. Larry Hogan, R., pushed for stronger ethics laws last year following the federal investigation that led to the arrests of Vaughn and former Del. William Campos, both Democrats from Prince George's County.